Petroleum regulation is centered on a practical question. Why does drilling require such close oversight? The answer is that drilling creates high-consequence risks that must be controlled before harm occurs. And that control is not limited to one approval at the start. It follows the well from planning and drilling through completion, production, intervention, suspension, and final decommissioning. The first concern is public safety. Drilling operations work with significant subsurface pressure. If that pressure is not properly managed, a kick can escalate into a blowout. That is the point where prevention becomes critical.
Exactly. A blowout can lead to uncontrolled hydrocarbon flow, fire, explosion, and exposure to hazardous gases such as hydrogen sulfide. A regulator therefore expects evidence of effective well control, tested blowout preventers, trained personnel, and credible emergency response arrangements.
The operator must show that risks have been identified, barriers are in place, and crews know how to respond if conditions change. So the regulator is looking for competence, not just equipment. Environmental protection is the next major issue. A well passes through multiple formations, and some may contain freshwater aquifers that must remain isolated throughout the life of the well. That isolation depends heavily on design and execution.
It does. Drilling fluids, cuttings, produced water, hydrocarbons, and emissions all need disciplined management. Poor handling can affect land, groundwater, surface water, and ecosystems. Regulators therefore focus on fluid selection, waste treatment, spill prevention, discharge controls, monitoring, and remediation obligations. The objective is not only to respond to pollution, but to prevent it.
Prevention is the consistent theme. Resource stewardship adds another regulatory duty. Petroleum resources are developed under government authority, and they must be recovered responsibly. Meaning the regulator is also concerned with waste and long-term value. Correct. Well, placement, drilling performance, reservoir protection, and completion choices can affect how much resource is recovered. Poor drilling fluid selection or avoidable formation damage can reduce productivity. From a regulator perspective, responsible development means efficient recovery, safe operations, and minimum unnecessary environmental impact. The technical center of this discussion is well integrity. A well is not simply a hole in the ground, it is an engineered pressure system with multiple barriers.
Yes, those barriers include casing, cement, wellheads, drilling fluids, plugs, and pressure control equipment. Their purpose is to prevent unintended movement of fluids between formations or to the surface.
Regulatory assurance means verifying that these barriers are properly designed, installed, tested, monitored, maintained, and eventually abandoned in a way that prevents future migration.
And if any one barrier is weak, the whole risk picture changes.
That is why oversight spans the full well lifecycle. During planning, the regulator assesses geology, pore pressure, fracture pressure, casing design, cementing strategy, drilling fluids, and emergency capability. Then during drilling and completion, the focus shifts to verification.
Verification that controls are working, that testing is completed, that deviations are reported, and that risks remain within the approved basis for the operation. During production and intervention, oversight continues through integrity management. During suspension, the well must remain secure. During decommissioning, barriers must permanently isolate formations and the site must be restored. That is the practical regulator perspective: approval, verification, monitoring, and closure.
The core message is clear. Regulation is not intended to stop development. It exists to make development safe, responsible, and accountable. Public safety, environmental protection, resource stewardship, and well integrity all point to the same outcome: preventing harm and protecting people, the environment, and future generations.